Toonami Squad's discussions. I am. Oh God,
What was that?
this isn't the podcast. We weren't supposed to screw this up. Oh well. I'm Sam. I'm a writer for Toonami Squad. With me, I have JMB, Steven, CJ, and V Lord, and we'll be discussing Toonami's 2020 lineup and what we potentially may think may happen. So let's open up the floodgates. What do we think?
Many things.
Yes.
Many things. I could at least start with this just on the basis of just because I'm even curious, not only just for Toonami but all television. Considering I work in television, it's a little different for me because like we just talk about Corona like 24/7, so it's just like, won't have to worry about that story dying anytime soon. But as far as like Toonami's lineup, I didn't realize how much it would be affected, if at all, just because I assumed that they could just get things sent over digitally.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not quite sure that's the case all the time with certain things. So I'm honestly not sure, and it's weird because like a lot of people in Toonami are working at home, if not all of them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's one of those things where I'm unsure on if if my assumption of them not being able to get everything they want digitally is like is actuality. I'm kind of like, oh, what do they do then? And obviously we have a DBZ Kai marathon coming up, and
Yeah.
considering that like Jason DeMarco was saying, oh, you might have to get used to this kind of thing. I'm starting to wonder if we're just going to be seeing a lot of stuff that's already played before. So example, and like stuff that they wouldn't need delivered, so to say, right? So I'm thinking, like obviously DBZ Kai, Attack on Titan, Fooly Cooly, Samurai Jack, even the Promised Neverland. I think they still have, unless that license already ended. But consider like just because they had to cut that rerun short, so it's like, okay, they have options for reruns and maybe an idea or two to kind of spice it up a little bit, depending on what they think is the best route to go. But I don't know. It's interesting, and like I say, like considering that a lot of people are like, oh, classics, yeah, that's a great idea. It's like, oh, I'm totally down for classics.
Yeah.
I love old aesthetic anime. As an example, like Dragon Ball. Like the original Dragon Ball. Like I love that stuff. Like that's fun. But I'm weary in the fact it's like, well, if they don't have that, why would they go and grab that when they could have just grabbed something? And I'm not saying like a new simuldub, but just any show to then replace, Sword Art Online, for example, or Fire Force, or just all the shows that have left recently, kind of thing. So I'm a little weary, and I'm hoping that them picking shows like a DBZ Kai or Attack on Titan or that doesn't put any ill will towards them, because we are on unprecedented times.
Well,
So it's one of
if I
those.
can interject with this, is
Absolutely,
that
yes.
Jason DeMarco did state, like, yes, we will be probably affected heavily by this, because he did mention, like, we're going to do more marathons, and I always figured that this year would be marathon heavy compared to last year, but it's going to be even more so. Like, this is probably going to be the most marathons that they'll have within this entire year. But I also tend to think, like, we probably will see new-ish shows pop up alongside older titles. Um, I do think that they are working in the background to at least try to get new shit, but
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
little hard now because of COVID-19 and everything going on in the world. It's just kind of hard to get everything organized for them to get everything on broadcast right now.
No, and I totally see that too. It's just like I say, it's one of those things where if for them getting the new stuff, I'm curious on how, because I like I said before, I'd assume just digitally. Like
It probably is digitally. It's just that they probably have to figure out some way to get a contract ready, and well, they could always send over PDF files over the internet and all that, but I,
yeah.
it's complicated. I don't know the process of licensing anime for television and all that, so whatever the process is, it's probably a lot more complicated now than it's ever been before.
Probably, yeah.
So,
At least it seems that way,
so yeah,
definitely.
I do think that this year is that we're going to see a lot more marathons. We're going to see a whole lot more reruns than normal. And I wouldn't be surprised if certain shows that are currently airing get pulled at some point or go into rerun mode due to not that many dubbed episodes ready, since probably dub production on a few shows have been halted. I think My Hero Academia right now is uncertain if they're even dubbing anymore right now. I think it's on hiatus. I don't think Funimation's doing it
Yeah, I think it
anymore.
is.
So right now they potentially are probably going to pull that before it finishes its run, and probably either A, get rid of it and move the lineup to midnight to 2:30, or move everything up half an hour to 11:30 and have My Hero Academia at the end.
Yeah, I think the fact that like almost all dubs are halted across the board is kind of the biggest concern for me. Just because like even if they are able to negotiate for new shows, like if dubs aren't being produced, they can't really air anything.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of older titles at their disposal, which that's why I say newer-ish. I'm not saying like recent shows of this season. I'm thinking more like shows that were on their radar that they may have skipped over that are fully dubbed and completed at this point.
Yeah.
Like Psychopaths as an example.
Well, I mean, I unfortunately with Psycho-Pass 3 being licensed by Amazon,
Well,
that's
no, but I just mean just an older because both seasons are dubbed, and
Yeah,
for
that's
all I
Do we
know, the
really want
third.
season 2 on now?
I mean, I don't
mean,
really.
it's a
I've
train wreck, but I mean,
I've stopped
sure.
caring about those kind of things. Like, just get a show, right? Like, I don't put like Haikyuu or something weird. Like, I don't care. Like, the dub's already made. That's just what
I
it
would
is.
totally be down for like another Sentai show like Made in Abyss or
Yeah, good luck
I
getting
don't
Made in
know.
Abyss.
Shouldn't be that hard. I mean, it's Sentai's title, so
Amazon.
I'm pretty sure it's fully licensed by Sentai.
Yeah, I think that deal ended too.
Yeah, so
Ah.
it's theirs.
But yeah, I
No,
think that's a good point though. Like diving into the backlog more would probably be the best option.
Like right now, I'm all for them getting like older Adult Swim action shows too, like stuff that has never aired on Toonami, right? So, I,
Oh,
as much as
Kogias.
yeah,
Durara.
Kogias, maybe not
Gotcha.
Durara, but
I'm okay with Durara. Let's do it.
I am 100% all for Paranoia Agent right now because I would love to see that back on Adult Swim, and I'm pretty sure it would do a hell of a lot better on Toonami than what it did on Adult Swim Action. But but I mean, I'm all for older anime. The only thing I'm against is them just re-airing older classics from Toonami's backlog. I don't really want to see Gundam Wing again. I don't want to sit down and watch like all these older Toonami classics. You know, it's cool, but I'm also like, can you
But it's
guys
its
like,
anniversary.
eh. Like I get where people are coming from with that, but I'm like, look, it was cool when they got it for Outlaw Star. They were celebrating their 20th anniversary. That's cool and all. But I just don't really want to see these Toonami classics anymore. I kind of want to see stuff that Toonami has never aired. Even if it's something that Adult Swim Action aired. Like, you know, they reran Samurai Champloo, and then they re-aired Eureka 7, and I think there's a couple other Adult Swim Action shows that they re-aired, but I can't think of them right now. I'd love to see those. You know, those shows deserve another chance. But I don't know what they have planned, so
No, I've no clue. Because, like I say, this is very unprecedented, and I'm unsure. Because I mean, if my state,
I'm sure they had plans, but because of the current state of the world, those plans are fucked to hell and back. So
I blame V Lord.
It's always my fault.
You've learned well, friend. You've learned well.
But not like I think like the fact that you can't do like in-person meetings and like more kind of like direct conversation with people is kind of a big like business barrier, like really in any industry. And I think like the fact that like DeMarco and Jason like go over to like Japan and stuff pretty frequently. Like, kind of shows that in-person meetings are still very much a thing of how like a lot of deals are getting done for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, how are they going to do that virtually and kind of circumvent kind of the current issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless they're going over and wearing like protection masks and all that. I mean, I could see them doing that, but it's pretty obvious that a lot of deals either A have been halted or it's possible that they could be doing it over the internet. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, it's always a thought. It's just it's tough, you know. Like it's hard being on the outside in because like even for me, like I don't know what goes into the decision making when it comes to the type of programming that we selected when we went independent. Because like I didn't know that we were going to all of a sudden have Family Feud 7 days a week. Like I don't know. I don't know why we chose certain shows for like early morning to compare to when we do other things late at night. Like I don't know. And I'm curious on how those deals are kind of done in the sense of not only where I work, but just, in all types of entertainment stuff in general. Like, look at ESPN. What the heck are they doing? They're still on the air, obviously, and they're still like, broadcasting certain stuff. But a lot of what makes them money and what generates revenue has halted. And it's just like, I mean, they're not going anywhere. At least I hope they're not. I would never wish upon that on anyone. So it's like, it's very unprecedented because I mean, a lot of us really don't know.
Disney's probably keeping them alive because they want to sell that ESPN Plus subscription.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm
It's
sure,
so
but it's
worth
just,
it, though. It's so worth it.
Is it though? Is it really?
Yes, for someone like me, it's absolutely worth it. But I like what ESPN did. They have a Michael Jordan documentary coming out. It was supposed to come out in June. I know a lot of people want it moved up because everything that's going on, and they did. I think that's good. I think
just
that's a good idea on their
recently,
part.
I just recently resubscribed to ESPN Plus through the Disney bundle, and I'm totally excited for that because I'm a big fan of Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, MLS is doing something soon. I believe they're putting in more replays, like for older games. And for someone like me, who's a diehard MLS fan, as you guys know, that's perfect for me. That'll keep me busy.
Anywho,
well, no, it's just, like I said, it's just, there's a lot of things that we don't know or understand that we have to worry about, and it's just other types of avenues of entertainment are trying to think of ways, like Fox Sports, I know, had a Twitch like event of like Indy car racing, but video games, So,
Yeah.
and like people flock to that. So I'm wondering, what's Toonami's alternative and to be able to kind of like keep everyone, distracted from what's going on in the real world. And, marathons is a great way to do that just because, it's not, I wouldn't say it's a simple fix, but it is a fix, and
yeah,
hopefully
and I'm also
Yeah.
they can
seeing
think of
that
something.
Adult Swim in general is doing a whole lot more marathons because they announced a Rick and Morty marathon. I think they're doing like some other show marathon tomorrow. So they obviously are in a pinch right now because even though Adult Swim is mostly made up of pickups, they obviously can't rely on those forever.
It does make me wonder though, are the marathons just kind of a temporary solution, or is that kind of Adult Swim and Toonami's plan for like the long term for this year?
I think it might be a long-term solution to the permanent problem because obviously I do expect more marathons than normal because, well, obviously Jason said so himself, but obviously this first marathon came out of nowhere. Like nobody probably ever expected that they would have a marathon in April. So obviously
Yeah.
things have been greatly affected. So I do suspect that I would not be surprised if next month we have back-to-back marathons because we have Demon Slayer ending, and
Yeah, I
we
mean-
also don't know My Hero Academia's fate. So
Yeah, Sword Art Online ends today.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, well, this first half ends today, and then
Yeah.
sometime in the future, whenever dub production goes back into effect, we'll get the last half. But even still, it's a very interesting situation right now because we don't know what's happening, what's going on, and even right now, like with a bunch of shows, simuldub or otherwise, we don't know how far along in the dub production they are or if they will continue. So it's pretty clear to me that right now Toonami is going to rely heavily on marathons to kind of fix their lineup issue. Because they can't keep going throughout the rest of the year with just continually burning through their catalog of shows when there's not enough content there. So
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's just it's tough. It puts Toonami in a really really tough spot, and there's going to be people who aren't pleased that they can't get something new, not realizing how difficult it is right now for everything to kind of come together for them. Like it's bothersome, and like I get it because like
I'm not
we
really.
need.
I'm not really bothered by it.
I didn't say you were. No.
No,
Yeah. But they
but-
got people out there cursing the voice actors out and everything because they're not
but I mean,
dubbing
like
right now. It's ridiculous.
I want the safety of all those people. I don't
Right,
want them to
exactly.
get sick. I don't want them to get hurt. Whatever's going on right now, let's take it one day at a time. You keep moving forward. I'm not bothered by the fact that we're gonna have more marathons. I think it's a good thing, but I also get where people are coming from. They're like, well, do we really need more marathons? It's like, yeah, because it's going to be their fix for this year. But I don't get that point of view where it's like, well, why not just have X, X, and Y come in, or why can't they do this or that? It's just, I don't know the whole entire process of what programming is thinking either. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm sure if people, on the outside are saying, "Oh, why don't we do this or this?" It's probably already been thought of too. Like let's not think that like no, the ideas that come up into our heads are original and that only we would have thought of that. Only we have the key. Like no. Like I'm sure that they've thought of everything. Believe it or not, people in entertainment, and especially in programming stuff, literally look at every possible outcome. Now, I don't think they had a pandemic, blueprint to follow because like we are in an unprecedented time that I don't think anyone thought we'd be living. So it's like it's one of those things where you're just kind of like, wait, what? So you gotta understand like that aspect of it. Like it's not something that anyone really could see. And like literally because of one basketball player, the entire world stopped. Literally,
Rudy
the actual-
Gobert.
but one player. That's all it took. I remember that day so clearly. I wasn't even at work, and it was thank God I wasn't at work. But oh my God, like literally, right as soon as that happened, the world just stopped. And to expect everything to be going in as normal when we all have to practice social distancing, where everyone's washing their hands like every 2 seconds. For 20, like as you should. Like I'm not saying you shouldn't. It's just people are doing that, and then the masks that we're probably all going to have to wear if we go outside. Working from home, and everyone just, or not even working at home, just kept away from home because they don't want it to spread as quickly as it has. Like everything stopped, and it's kind of unfair to just assume that Tommy will keep everything going hunky dory. It's like no, I mean they're working from home too. They're social distancing, and like I say, like I don't know how that their materials sent to them. Like, is it digitally? Is it like a certain file? Is it like something that you need like a souped up mega computer to be able to download and get at a reasonable time? Like I don't know. I
mean,
honestly don't. And I wish I did.
I'm pretty sure everything nowadays is being sent digitally. So whatever content they get is basically whatever sent over to them via. You okay, JMB?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm just hearing like heavy breathing like
Oh,
on my
sorry.
end. No, it's fine. But yeah, I'm pretty sure everything is sent digitally nowadays.
I would assume. I meant more of like the file of how it's sent digitally. Is it an MOV file? Is it something else that I'm not privy to? As when it
Probably
comes to-
whatever the standard
Yeah.
format is for Adult Swim. So
But it's
probably
just like,
the
I don't know.
H.264 format, I think.
Maybe. No, like I have no idea. I have absolutely no clue. So it's one of those things where I want to like make sure like that I knew specifically with that, because like for all I know, they might be like, no, we send it through, like this, and then it gets compressed to this, and then it does that. And it's
Obviously,
like,
Funimation still sends them the videotapes, and then they just have to convert that to a
you
HD
know,
file.
the things I saw at Adult Swim, I would not be surprised.
Oh my god.
Oh man, they had Hamtaro, so I'm okay.
Yes.
Obviously, they should rerun Hamtaro then.
I
Oh,
mean,
absolutely, they should rerun Hamtaro.
if they have it, I mean, come on now, who
They'll
doesn't have
find a
Hamtaro?
way, CJ.
It's
I
the
mean,
greatest show of all
gosh.
time. It has to come back.
No, the greatest show that they could get is Handshakers.
Oh
We'll have
God!
both of them back to back.
Handshakers and Hamtaro back to back.
The
Oh,
ultimate
man.
power
Oh
hour.
my God!
It
It's
would
the
be.
best Power Hour.
It would literally be from cute and cuddly to everyone just threw up. Okay. Well,
Honestly, for the next April Fools Toonami has, like, let that be the next April Fools.
That's not a bad idea at all.
what, the Hamtaro or Handshakers?
Both.
Oh,
Both.
okay. Well,
That's an
no,
April Fool's Day prank. That's not a
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
idea at all.
no, of course not. Of course not. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, we are in the most unprecedented timeline that I ever thought I would see. And
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, no.
surprisingly able to say that I have not been infected either, considering I have to still go into Boston and work.
I still have
Yeah.
to go into my
Same.
job every day, and it's a grocery store, and
Ugh.
it,
Well,
Yeah.
they
well,
say that some people could be infected and not even know it.
Yeah. That's
Well,
that's the part that scares me the most.
I know.
yeah. Well,
Oh.
as Sam and Boss know, I just got laid off of mine.
yeah.
That
Mhm.
sucks.
I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
all right.
that's going to be the story for a lot of people through this, and yet it's, and then of course it's like silly to really get that all up in arms with choices that like as an example Toonami has to make when it comes to what they're doing for the future. It's tough. These are tough times, and it's
Yep.
not a meme. I know people meme these are tough times or times are tough, but it really it didn't hit me honestly until until I want to say maybe like a week ago, honestly. And all of a sudden, like I go into work and literally there's like 2 people still there, and I'm just like, holy crap, this is not good. This
Yeah.
really is not good. It's a scary thing, so
Yep.
it's just tough. But I mean, I will ask you this, Sam, since you were saying like not necessarily simuldubs, which I think we can all agree that like no,
Yeah.
there's no way there's going into
No,
that.
that's not
Oh
happening.
no, that
But
is
why?
definitely
You
not
were-
happening.
You were saying also, some Adult Swim shows that were like a Samurai Champloo as an example, so like Code Geass, Durara, Witch Hunter Robin, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I mean,
Those kind of things. Like,
to
is there any
me-
others that like weren't on Toonami that you would probably say old? Like when you say older, how old are we? Are we
well,
talking
obviously,
here?
I'm not like talking like they should get like Gundam 0083 because that's
Oh, okay.
probably way too old, and I don't really want to watch Gundam 0083. That's a personal thing. Maybe there
Right,
are
right.
people out there who want to watch it at like 3 in the morning, but
It's like having a Krabby Patty at 3 a.m. It's people do it.
Gundam and 3 a.m. just go together so well.
They do.
But for real, honestly, really right now, I just want them to get Paranoia Agent. That's something that I wanted from when Funimation announced that they would be reacquiring the license to it, and I sat through and watched it all. It's a fantastic series, but I would not be opposed for Adult Swim to rerun it on Toonami. It's a great show. It's an older title for sure. It's from the mid 2000s, I think. I think they could do it. It's Satoshi Kon, and Satoshi Kon's well known enough. Probably not on the level of Watanabe, but well known enough that I think that they could take a chance on that.
So then, for like them to be able to get something like that, how long do you think theoretically it would take for them to be able to get these things, episode wise, to be able to consistently have it? And I know Paranoia Agent is a shorter series, so I wouldn't worry about it. But let's say if they picked a longer series, like something around 24 episodes,
Like Assassination Classroom, for example.
I
yeah, well, that
mean,
was like 44. So like even that too, like something like shows along those lines.
I would tend to think that they would just end up having all episodes sent into them at once, even before this.
Oh,
So
that's
if
a
a
file
show's-
dump. Ooh.
So even if it's the show that's completed, I think for shows like for shows like that aren't simuldubbed, or shows that aren't in dubbed right now, because I remember Funimation would always probably send in files late for Dragon Ball Super. Like, literally, they were
The
just
day
sending
of,
it
I
the
thought, right?
day of. So
Yeah.
that's why some preview episodes weren't up on time. Sorry, hair in my mouth. Um, so with shows like with older titles, I tend to suspect that they already have the entire thing at their disposal and that they just run them through each and every week on a time schedule. But I don't know that fully. Maybe it is like they slowly trickle out episodes every week. Funimation sends in Funimation Viz, Aniplex, whoever sends in the episode file to them once a week. They upload it and they premiere it. But I don't know that process, and I have absolutely no clue.
Yeah. No, I just when you mention, things like, oh, older series, I just wasn't sure if you meant like
Like
the term classics always comes to mind, right? And I wasn't sure if you meant like
I
that.
talked about this with Sketch and
That
I
dastardly villain.
the pun guy.
I don't like the puns. Don't bring those in here.
You
I
can
have
never
very
have too many puns.
No, I work where we do puns for a living. Please, no. I beg of you.
Okay, I won't be punny here.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
But no, I talked to Sketch about this, and I tend to think that I think it would be great for Adult Swim to re-pick up shows that didn't do nearly as well on Adult Swim Action, because everyone knows about Full Metal Alchemist and Cowboy Bebop, but I would like them to pick up older titles that didn't really do all that well. Paranoia Agent would be great because I don't think that did really all that well when it premiered on Adult Swim Action back in the day, and Morbitos certainly did not do anything for them.
You know who I blame for that fiasco?
V-Lord?
Yes, thank you. You get the running gag.
Coincidentally, like when you mentioned that, Morbido was the other show I was thinking of. I think that would be a really good fit for like Toonami now.
Yeah, because I think it deserved another chance. It never got a chance when it premiered on Adult Swim Action, because I'd personally never heard of that show before Toonami Pre-Flight talked about it. Because I was like, what the hell is this show? Oh, this aired on Adult Swim?
That's how I felt with Wind Shutter Robin. I did not realize that was on Adult Swim. Then I reviewed and I was like, hey, this is actually pretty funky. Why didn't anyone hear? I was like, oh, now it makes sense. Now it all comes
Because it
together.
just seems like I always talk about this, but it seems like more people just have more fond memories with Toonami than Adult Swim Action. Not to say that there are zero connections with Adult Swim Action, but it's
I
like,
know a man with a lot of puns that might disagree with you on that one.
I don't know. There just seems to be more nostalgia for Toonami, which makes sense.
Oh,
but-
well, that, yeah. I just mean, I do think a lot of people do actually enjoy Adult Swim Action. They A, didn't know it was actually happening at the time, or B, it was more like they just thought it still was Toonami anyway, kind of
Yeah,
thing. So I
it's
feel
not-
like they get lumped together a lot.
Yeah, because a lot of shows in their early years were just pickups from Toonami that were just aired uncut or reruns of Toonami shows.
Exactly. So I mean, it's like with that. I will say this: if we're not going to be sticking with shows that they already have like in their library, which I think might be more of the case anyway right now, just because like talk about curbing the spread where you don't have to do anything, just like, hey, remember those that we have? Yeah, just play that. You know what I mean? Like that would.
Yeah.
That's really. I think that's a really good way to do it. I think when we're like hearing the word classics, I think people are a little too nostalgia crazy for certain shows that I'm just like,
Yeah.
well, what's the point of them trying to get these shows when right now they're having an issue with getting shows just in general. Now it depends, right? Because like it depends on if Toonami was specifically just talking about acquiring new shows to get onto the block, or whether they were talking about shows just to acquire in general, whether the dub's already made or not. So I'm not sure of how clear they can be, obviously, for that, but we don't know. But that's been my whole big thing with this whole discussion like that. It's like I would so be down for return of Yu Yu Hakusho, or any kind of classics that have been mentioned throughout, whether it be social media or from everyone here. But my whole thing is like, well, why are we like acquiring these shows when we could just be getting new shows? And I don't mean new like simuldub shows, but just new shows in general. Like
Like
That's just where my brain kind of stops at, where I'm like, or not necessarily stops at, but where it gets stuck out of like me thinking, wait, why, if this was a thing anyway, why don't we just do this instead? Like, wouldn't that make more sense?
I mean, I do think that in terms of older titles, we will be seeing that a lot more this year. But I also think like when I think older, I think like somewhere in the 2010s ish, kind of like the last few years. Maybe we'll be seeing more of those titles. I do think that they are going after more recent titles, and that they wanted to go after recent titles. And well, with certain shows coming back this year, we still don't know if Funimation has any dub initiatives for those yet. We are already seeing that the spring seasons are not seeing any simuldubs. It's just the subtitle release, and we'll get the simuldub later.
It's sad.
It is sad. I mean, I'm not bothered by it. I'd much rather these shows kind of come out. Simuldubs are cool, but
I just
Funimation.
mean sad just because like it's our new reality right now. It's like I'm very thankful that Funimation, all the companies are taking this very seriously. It's just it's saddening. It is. That's the word that really fits what's been going on. Really, it's like it's just sad.
100%.
This new decade has started off with such a shit show year.
I know. Who would have thought that
mean,
something would beat out the World War III memes? Like,
Right?
geez, like
Right.
I was literally like thinking this is going to happen, and I mean, thankfully it didn't. But now we have
Right.
this just absolutely terrible pandemic. That's just, and like again, working where I do, it's about like damned if you do, damned if you don't. We were damned the fact that we were overhyping it, and then when you see the numbers, you're like, oh wait, this shit's kind of serious. Why weren't we told about this sooner? And I'm just like, hello, are you not paying attention? We were. So it's just it's really scary, and
this first quarter of 2020. What the hell, 2020?
I know.
Yo, World War III. Australia's on fire. We lost Kobe, and now this.
This decade sucks.
It's been
Let's
it's
go
been
back
I
to
hate
the
it here.
2010s.
I hate it here. I'm
It's-
not having fun anymore.
nope. No,
Come pick
fun's
me up,
gone.
I'm scared.
Ugh.
Pain.
Well,
Pain.
it's just tough, and I'm even for just the Kai marathon, I'm just thankful we're able to have some sort of level of distraction,
Yeah.
which isn't always going to be
Yeah.
the case, like
Yeah, and
they did pick the weirdest episode. Why are we starting at the beginning? Why can't we just like
we're not. We're starting
Oh.
at the Cell Saga.
oh, we are okay. I thought someone said it was 1 through 7. It's like no.
No.
But it's still random nonetheless. Why are we at the Cell games? But
I prefer the cell games.
Yeah,
Well, it's right
I
before the
think-
Cell games.
yeah, I think everyone prefers to sell games, to be honest. At least
I
that's from the
don't
feedback I
prefer the
saw.
Cell games.
V Lord, you're the reason why I don't have Jujutsu Kaisen anime, so I don't want to hear this from you. Where would you start, sir? What would you
I
think
don't
would be a good place to start?
I don't know, the fight with like Vegeta and Nappa.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I accept. You're on the good
Yep.
list now.
Episodes 78 through 84.
Okay. That's a lot. I for some reason thought it was 1 through like 8, and I was be like, no, I don't want to see
No.
those again. There was just
I already
episode
heard
2
that.
that was good.
Yeah.
Vegeta's fun time. Like that's it. I would just watch that 8 times in a row. That'd be perfect. We just get to see Vegeta cranky the entire time.
they should have kept the filler in, and we have like 8 episodes of Goku learning how to drive.
That's actually that should be the marathons. Like a future marathon, just nothing but Dragon Ball filler.
Now, is it good filler or bad filler?
Either.
We
It
need
won't.
bad
It won't
Just
matter.
the bad. Actually, no. Just
no,
the
no,
bad.
no,
Just
It
Steven,
wouldn't
the
let me
matter.
one-
People
one-
hate it anyway.
Steven,
No,
let me
you
one
know
up you.
me.
We only have a marathon of Shippuden bad filler.
Yes. Yes, please.
I mean, is there any good filler in Shippuden?
Eh. That's my 2 cents on that.
Wait. People still watch Shippuden? What?
It's still on.
I haven't really been watching it on Toonami, but I mean, I already watched the whole series. I'm done with it.
I don't know why Naruto never. I mean, the OG Naruto I liked, but Shippuden never really stuck with me. I don't know why.
I have never been a Naruto fan, but even I got bored after a few episodes of Shippuden. So
But Rock Lee, all you need is him. That's
true.
why we got his
doesn't do
ninja pals. Wait a
Toonami should
minute.
just air that and just call it a day.
Yes. Ooh, see now that would be an interesting concept though. What if Toonami could regain the Naruto OG Naruto stuff? Do you think they still have that, or is
No.
that gone?
They lost that license years ago.
No. Well, that's a shame. They can't do an April Fool's of that of bringing it back. That's a shame. You let me down, Naruto. The one thing I was giving you credit
Because
for, and you let me
I
down.
think by the mid to late 2014, they dropped it from their lineup, and I think they lost the license sometime later that year.
Yeah, because they replaced it with Shippuden.
Well, Shippuden was on. It's just they
Oh,
had
I thought
OG
they.
Naruto
No,
rerunning.
yeah. They had both
Really?
on, and then they just lost the license to Naruto.
So you're
Really?
telling me that Shippuden was Boruto before Boruto? Oh
Yeah.
my
Really? I
god,
don't
that is
Pretty
some
much.
meta
And
lineup.
And then sometime
For
and
some
now
odd reason, I
Boruto is just
remember
OG
that.
Naruto.
I
That
thought
is
once they got
meta.
Shippuden, they dropped OG
No,
Naruto from the lineup.
OG
No,
Naruto
no.
is still airing.
Yeah, they still aired it. It was on at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because they still had the rights to it, because, god damn it, we kept it.
I wish
Yeah.
they still had it now. Even give me that Rock Lee versus Gara fight, and I'll just watch that, man.
Because I think all they had was just the first 50 episodes, which they labeled as Season 1.
I thought the
So-
entire 220 episodes were season 1.
I don't know, man. This is Viz. Sometimes their seasonal... The way they have their long orders structured out, it makes me think that they only give out, like, personal seasons. So... Like,
Yeah.
50 episodes is Season 1, this next 50 is Season 2, and then so on and so forth.
And then we're all just gonna fail. I see how it is.
But,
I see.
I'm personally... Like, I agree with the fact that with classic Toonami shows, I'm not really interested in them re-airing a lot of those, because those had their chance, they did fine. It's like... I'm not really interested in rewatching Outlaw Star again.
I'm so interested of seeing Bebop again. You can't stop me.
Yeah,
I
especially
will.
the HD remasters.
Yes, but I will. I do not care. I wouldn't even care if we did Dragon Ball Z Kai another weekend. Oh, hot take of the day.
They probably will do another TBC
And I
or
will
Super Marathon.
I will enjoy it. I will absolutely enjoy it, because for me, it's one of those things where I'm just thankful it's still there. For God's sakes, I mean, we're 8 years in with this. Like, did anyone? I'm sure some people predicted it'd be around even longer than this, but like, who knows? So it's just like I'm thankful that it's still around, and not even the pandemic can take it out, which is nice. Try as they might, it ain't happening yet. Not on V-Lord's watch.
And I guess Tom is social distancing by being in space.
Oh my God, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? V-Lord, you stole my material. God damn it.
That's what I always do. That's my brand.
No. Well, maybe actually. maybe. I might give you that. But no, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I think this will be the most interesting timeline we get of this treasured iconic block, because there is literally no telling. There's no telling, because like I could easily see everything that I think is just blown out of the way, where they're all of a sudden, like, the next show they announce is like, oh, by the way, reincarnated as a Slimes company. It's like, wait a minute, what? How did you get that then? Right? Like, I would just be like, wait a minute. Then why didn't we get this sooner? What took so long? What's going on? Like, why did you have to torture us with like all this uncertainty when all of a sudden we get a new show? Like, just, and that, I'm just using that show as an example, because
Yeah,
I'm literally just like looking at it right now, because the thing is really blue and vibrant. So I'm like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Like,
Yeah. Like, on a random, if Assassination Classroom ever came to Toonami, I'd actually cry.
Yeah.
I
would too. I like
would
that.
totally be fine with it coming this year, because I think this year would be a great year for them to just scratch off shows off the backlog people have been requesting for years.
Mm-hmm. But no, it's just
And
like I said, like, you never know.
I always figured this year would be a grab bag year. Not we're unsure of what's gonna come next. And right now, that's pretty much it. We don't know what's coming next. We know sequels are on their way, hopefully.
Not even
Uh,
Toonami knows what's coming next right now. That's how meta we've gotten.
yeah,
Yep.
that's how deep this rabbit hole has gone. Uh, and obviously, with everything going on in the world right now, and the current state of television, it is massively a it's a difficult time for everyone, and I think they need some sort of escape. But I'm not gonna hold it against Toonami if they can't get new shows this year. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they will get new titles, even if they aren't brand spanking new.
I would hope, or at least like you would hope, kind of thing. Or maybe they'll just have Toonami show just Guild Jason and the rest of Toonami crew playing video games. I mean,
It's just
for God's sakes,
it's just a marathon of game humpers. Just
something
do
like that. But I mean, like we have like so many people like
if
watching
there's anybody
Twitch.
out there who has good editing skills, please make a Toonami bump of game humpers. That would be amusing.
That would be amusing. But I'm just going by the sense of like how much, like, especially people who I work with, they're like, because they know I game, and they're like, CJ, Nintendo Switch, that's good, right? I was like, yes. Why are you getting me another one? I will take another. And they're like, no. For us, like we were debating just because like we're bored. And I was like, then yes, by all means, and then let me play. Like, give it to me. I can get you all the good games. Get Rocket League, because that's just mindless fun. That's wonderful. And then like, it's just like a lot of people are obviously they're binging a lot of stuff just because they have all the time. So it's just like perfect time for kind of like stream content like that. So by all means, if I have to hear one more effing thing about this stupid Tiger King Netflix thing, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Oh god.
Legit, I
Oh,
keep hearing
God.
about Tiger King. I'm like, why? What's
all
so
I
appealing about
hear
Tiger
about.
King?
I
Well,
guess
it's
this
just-
is literally the only thing to watch right now.
Right, and that's the thing. Like,
It's the only like hot new shit
Like-
Netflix has dropped in like a few months that isn't anime that they haven't advertised.
right, and it's
Like,
just
the only thing I see is Tiger King this, Tiger King that, and then there's me like, I'm watching Sunderland until I die because there's a 1% chance I'm in it.
Ooh.
He almost did get in it too.
I almost did. There was a scene they shot where I was there, but no, I was not on camera.
Darn.
Darn
That
it.
was your moment. Should have wore a
I
Toonami
know, I
shirt.
lost
Imagine
my-
that in the
I know.
show.
Imagine that. Imagine that Sunderland until I die season 2, just one bloke with a Toonami shirt on.
Well, I mean, I've had silly moments like that. We were shooting a promo for my news station with everyone in the newsroom, and I was obviously on the floor at the time, and I was kind of looking at myself like, oh, this is not the best thing to wear for potential cameras. I was wearing beach shorts, Batman blue socks, and a Diva t-shirt. Just imagine that
called
on a
drip.
promo.
That's
Just
called
imagine.
drip, man.
Look at. I'm not gonna deny that it was popping, but when you watch television news and you just see a random ass dude walking by with a freaking Overwatch hoodie that says "Nerf this" on the back in bright pink colors, I think some people are gonna have some questions. Just a couple.
It'll be good
Just-
questions though.
Hey, look at I tell them you don't want me on camera because I'm gonna make it uncomfortable for everybody, and they're kind of like, oh boy, oh no. I'm just like, look at, I choose to be behind the camera for a reason, so you guys know. So you put me in these things, well, we're either gonna get a lot of ratings of wondering who the heck is that guy, or people are gonna be like, oh god, no, they're taking over the animes.
They've been
So-
warned.
They've been well. Oddly enough, the station I work at was where Boston originally got to see Dragon Ball Z. It was where it first started.
Wow.
Oh,
I know. I found that out. I was like,
Actually,
oh my
really
god.
interesting.
I know. I lost my shit when I found that. I was like, I need to find this out. Like, I need to tell people about this. We were cool. We were actually cool. But yeah, the call letters of, and I don't think it was LVI. I think it was LVI that, if I'm remembering right, the CW one that we have here, because I'm combined with CW, but I don't know if it was like that all the time. So like it was probably its own entity, but I still I inherited it. Like how Oklahoma City Thunder inherited the Seattle Supersonics history. That's like what I did. Hell yeah, I put Dragon Ball in Boston. It's all me, all me. I'm the next Toonami. Oh god, that'd be awful. Oh god, that'd be awful. You guys would hate every show I'd pick. You guys would literally hate every show I'd
It'd just
pick.
be all handshakers, right?
No, well, no, that would be a 3. That would definitely be a 3. But I would definitely procure an English dub for Hybrid X Heart just for the memes.
Oh God,
Just for the memes.
CJY.
You probably would rerun Tenchi Muyo GXP then.
Well, I'm actually not a big fan of Tenchi, but for memes, yes, I would.
Silver would be a fan of that.
But I have
Yes, he would.
I have standards, but I like memes. So I mean, for God's sakes, I would try to procure SpongeBob. SpongeBob for 2000. I love SpongeBob memes. Come on
I
now.
would be all for it.
That's what Toonami needs. It needs SpongeBob. We had the secret all along. The secret plan. But
Not like the actual SpongeBob. You know that guy who made like basically
Oh,
SpongeBob the anime opening?
yeah.
Yes. Make that a series.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, he like was an animator on Black Clover.
Oh, that's a Pog champ.
Seriously? Yes.
Yeah.
That is a huge Pog champ. Ooh, let's marathon Black Clover too. Give me a Black Clover
Hey,
marathon.
I'm for it. I'd be
Yeah.
very for it.
Like, if you're looking at like the shows that either Toonami's currently airing or like that just recently aired, that they probably still have the license, I'd put Black Clover right up there. I'd put The Promised Neverland there too. You know, I would throw in not Sword Art. I would throw in My Hero. I would throw in God. What else do I like on Toonami? Oh, Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
CJ, you're gonna make me cry now.
That was the point. You're making my point more delicious. Thank you. Not Food Wars. I would actually not pick Food Wars. I would not do that. I'm trying to think of like other shows that kind of like come to mind of like, oh yeah, I would totally binge that. You know, like if they had Hunter x Hunter, that's like one of the best bingeable shows I've ever seen. Oh god, I love it. So that would have been good if that was still around. One Piece would have been great if that was still around. They
Rip.
could just keep doing episodes of One Piece. Oh my god.
Rip.
Oh no, they should have stuck with it all these years. Just even you could just have new episodes of that because we're never gonna get close. Please, we're never gonna get
Never ending.
close. Like it was
Clearly,
that
we just have
episode.
to bring back One Piece now. That's
Well,
the
we were-
solution to all our problems.
Well, I mean, we're at a point where it's like they ended at like what episode 380 something. Something like it was in the end of Thriller Bark, and like after that, oh god, what was the arc for it? Was it the Impel Down? I think that was next.
There was a Saboti after that.
Oh, right. Oh my god, yes. But you have that. Then you have Impel. Well, you have the Amazons. Then you have Impel Down. Then you have the time skip. Then we're back, and it's just like it takes fucking forever. That would have been perfect. There you go, One Piece fans. You were right all along. Toonami should have kept it. We would have been perfect. Just have One Piece. That's all that we need. That's all we need. Because there's no way this pandemic would last longer than One Piece. Nothing lasts longer than One Piece.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Nope.
I guess the last thing, Jason DeMarco kind of made a statement that none of the productions have halted. So, where do we stand on the original productions? Like, do we agree with that? Like, production is just going to continue on as smooth as possible?
Nope. And I just mean more of the like delivery of stuff. I have a feeling a lot of it's more ready than we think it is, but I just think the delivery is going to be delayed. That's it. That's my only thing. I think everything else is going to be fine. Although,
Yeah,
well, actually, dubbing too. So the dubbing and delivery, which I
Like
think
as
might
far as
go
like the
hand in
actual
hand.
production of the animation goes, I'd assume that's probably mostly streamlined because like you can do that remotely, but like there's still production meetings and stuff like that, and like there's not really an easy way to do a lot of that stuff right now. So I think a lot of shows like Uzumaki and like Blade Runner, like though Blade Runner probably wasn't even going to come out this year, like probably going to get delayed even further.
I could probably see Uzumaki still come out this year, probably as a late in the year release, but
Wasn't it supposed to come out this year too?
Yeah.
Or am
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I was misremembering that. I thought it was. I was.
we have
Giving it early.
absolutely no clue when Blade Runner's coming out. I never expected it to come out this year, even without this pandemic. So.
It's gonna be my birthday. I can already sense it.
But yeah, I mean, those shows. With Uzumaki, it's 4 episodes, I believe, and I would assume that it's not gonna be. It's probably almost close to being done, if I were to guess, minus the dubbing part, which is probably not even started yet. If I were to make an assumption on that,
For what, Uzumaki or Blade Runner?
Uzumaki,
Oh, okay.
because Uzumaki is further along probably than Blade Runner is.
To be honest, will there even really be that much dubbing in it?
Yeah, yeah.
I have no
Uh,
idea. I don't know
Uzumaki
what.
has a fair bit of dialogue. Like
Yeah.
you have lots of people screaming.
The true.
No, I am going into Uzumaki very blind. I have no idea. I just know the creator does a lot of
Oh,
good horror.
CJ, you're gonna be in for a trip.
I actually have the manga. I just need to get through reading it.
Yeah,
Is the
I'm in
manga
same-
good, V Lord?
Yes, the manga's amazing. Honestly, you can't go wrong with like any Junji Ito manga. They're all
I actually
good.
I read a short story of Junji Ito's work, and it freaked me the hell out, and I loved it. I just love his style and his like, it's some of it's pretty funny. Like there's this sense of dread, but there's also humor in it, so it's not total just scares. So it's really good. So I guess that's it. I don't know if we have anything else to add.
I mean, I can bully V Lord more.
Sure.
I think I'd enjoy that.
Oh God, no! Now it's dead. Now it's gone. It's gone.
He wrote it.
Nope. No fun allowed. That's what this whole thing's about. No fun effing allowed. No conventions. No new stuff. Marathons. No fun allowed. We're not allowed to have fun.
No fun allowed.
Nope.
Posting that sign down on my Twitter.
No fun allowed. But on the bright side, Toonami still makes money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Facts.
So, but no, I mean, like I said, like I don't know. I'm very interested to see what they do because, like I said, I think that if they're doing marathons more frequent, then it makes me very pessimistic of them being able to acquire anything new, whether it be something, and I say new with quotations. I say new in like something that they don't already have in their library or license at this current junction. So I'm hoping I'm not saying it's like going to be like that, like hammer down, no rule, like no way we can move from this. No, but I think for the foreseeable future, it will be like that kind of thing. So, but I mean, I'm happy to be wrong because goddamn, if I see handshakers or Hamtaro all of a sudden pop up on that screen during this, oh, life's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they make an announcement next week about if they have anything new, because, I mean, it'd be weird if they don't, because Sword Art Online ended its run, unless they plan to just rerun it at the same time slot, which I don't think is a good idea, but...
No, especially that show. Can we just switch it to something else? Like anything
Yeah.
else. Really anything else. And not to say like I'm memeing more than anything about Sword Art Online. I thought I was really gonna like this arc. And I mean all of it, because like a lot of hype was around this specific art with Sword Art, but I found it kind of just like meh. Like I thought that other arcs have been better. Surprisingly, I didn't
actually-
think
That's
it'd be
kind of
that
how
way.
I stand on SAO, to be honest. This arc's just meh.
I actually have not watched the second half of this arc. I've watched the first half, and I liked it, but I have not seen this half yet, and I need to get around to it, but...
Eventually.
I'll save that for another day.
Well, I mean, I know you're an essential worker right now, but if you weren't, you certainly have the time. I had to catch up on 13 episodes of Demon Slayer. Oh, and I
Most of
didn't
them
have the
done
time.
that.
I did not even have the time, but I did it. V-Lord, you have to still love me. You have no choice.
I don't think I'm capable of not loving you.
Okay, well then, there's hope for me yet. There's a little hope at least. Maybe just a tad. So,
All right.
but yeah, mm,
All right. I guess that does it then.
yay.
Hooray.
I actually am glad that we were able to reach almost an hour. That's pretty
Yay.
pog. At least I think that's pretty pog.
Yeah, I think the last one ran for an hour. I think somewhere to that extent. Anyway, that does it for us today. Thank you for joining us. I actually forgot if we had an outro to this. I don't remember.
I mean, we didn't last time.
Well then, okay.
That dog barking is our outro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I went dead. That's why I went dead silent because I'm like, oh, that dog barking will like lead us out.
But I love Peppers. Peppers.
Good old dogos.
Is that your dog, CJ?
No, my dog doesn't really
I
bark.
think it's coming
anymore.
from Boss.
Yeah, I think it's JMB.
Oh, I was. Oh, wait. I can't. I only thought I could see my own circle thing. Oh, everyone's can.
You can
Okay.
see
We're
everyone's
all
circle.
here.
Well, no, because I was like doing Azure Lane as I was talking, so I was just like looking up when I do because it's my training for what I do or what I've done where I need to either see or hear that my voice is being picked up. Otherwise, I'm going to freak out and not think anything's working. So when it was me, I was looking up. When it was others, I was looking down. So I was like, oh my god, that is a very useful tool. I'm going to have
Yeah.
to remember that.
Is JMB still here?
Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, got something delivered.
Oh, okay.
Aw, that's adorable though. Puppers.
We're about ready to wrap this up, and we've been going on for a little bit.
Oh, I thought we already were over.
No, we're still live.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I could have
Stupid.
been really vulgar. Oh, man. I missed it. Buy Azure Lane and Girls Frontline. Buy them. V-Lord won't because he apparently doesn't want my
I'm
love and
not- I'm
affection.
not-
I
about
have
the
Girls
gacha life.
Frontline on my phone. I just don't play it.
I know, and it hurts every time. Every time you say that, it hurts.
Sorry, CJ, but I'm not about that gotcha life.
At least these are good gotcha. That's the thing.
Well, name a bad gotcha.
Oh, God.
Fire Emblem Heroes.
That
I like
one,
that one.
No, I mean, I agree more with Sam, but like I still do have it, but I didn't like it as much as I thought I would, which is sad. I'm not a big fan of Honkai Impact 3 or just Honkai Impact, and it's like a third year thing. I tried that. I was like, nah. Languisher, I'm not a fan of.
This is just our extras. This is just our, like, oh yeah, we're done. We're done. We're just talking shit right now.
Well, I wouldn't say shit. Like, I just, I don't think they're like god awful. Like, oh my god, I'm never, like never get this game. It's just, no, I just didn't like it as much. It was whatever. What other? Oh, I didn't like the Pokemon one, the new one.
What's the new one?
Pokemon Masters, I think it's called.
Oh,
Oh
that-
yeah, I found that boring.
I have not played it. It just did
Yeah.
not appeal to me.
No, it did. It felt very boring to me, so I didn't like that. I used to play the Bleach Brave Souls, but then I kind of lost favor of that. It was a little boring. I like more games where you can kind of be like AFK to do things. I'm not a big fan of Fate Grand Order because you need, like, again, to grind, you need to like get special stuff to level up people. I like to be able to level up just by doing something instead of like needing something to level up. Kind of why I'm kind of steered away from Arknights recently. So.
Yeah, I realized with Fate Grand Order that like I only was playing it for the story, so I just kind of gave up playing it and just like watched all the cutscenes on YouTube.
Ah, the
Oh,
stories.
yes, hello guys. Welcome back to my Fate Grand Order Let's Play.
The story, right, V-Lord, the stories. I play Girls Frontline because of the story,
I play the
V-Lord.
Fate series for the plot. Okay, it's a really good
Exactly.
plot.
It's a very good pot. We're still live. Yes, we're still live. That's the whole point. Otherwise, I wouldn't give everyone my honest opinion about Gotcha, which is a money grab. But at least the one I really like with Growth Frontline is not pay to win. So that's at least a plus. So if you're bored, which I'm sure a lot of you are, and you don't want to binge any more Tiger King, thank fucking God,
Just
play Gotcha.
gachas.
Play gotchas. Gotchas are great time killer. Oh my god, they're such great time killers. Oh my god.
You know what would be a better choice though? Reading manga.
Well, that's implying that I can read, V-Lord. Come on now.
He's an
Fair
anime
point.
fan. He can't read.
I don't even watch subs, man. I can't read. No, I'm kidding. I can read. I do like reading manga. I need to get back into reading manga, but there's just so many things. I keep forgetting on things I have to do.
I have too many manga to review. I just have a stack of like 30 inside my house.
I have like too many comics to read too. I have a bunch of DC and Marvel comics in my backlog alongside like manga as well. It's like, oh, god damn.
Exactly. There's no hope for me, V-Lord. There is no hope. But I do agree. People need to read the manga more. Read it. The manga won't hurt you, I swear. Well, actually, maybe it will, because like the story will be really sad. But
If it's
How,
Food
how I
Wars, it
felt
will.
during a certain arc in The Promised Neverland.
that. But yeah. Oh God, no. Food Wars manga. It was fine. It was fine until the last arc, which you just knew they just was like, well, we're not going to end it here. Wait, we're not. Oh, well, shit.
They should have ended it there.
Yep.
They really should have.
Or the way I would have done it was that the elite 10 or whatever the fuck they're called, they just had to like give up, not necessarily their post, but they had to give up their stance, right? They're like, oh well, we lost, so now we bring back everyone, but we're still the elite 10, and then they have to kind of be the foil for the rest of like their time at school kind of thing until they eventually lose and stuff like that. But a nice little progression with that. But instead, right as the Central loses, all of a sudden it goes to like, oh, we're now like all the best chefs, and now we have to kill all these like black market shit. Like what? What is this? How did we get here? And then
Well, that's
what
the
happened with
next season, isn't
Joichiro?
it?
This is the final
Um,
season, so yes,
Yeah.
they're adapting
Oh,
the rest.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
that's this week, I think.
oh no. Oh
And
no.
there is nowhere like I think we're getting Food Wars season 3 on Toonami, so there's that.
Yeah, and that's even dubbed. That's all set. They got that all set.
Yeah. So
So
that's good.
now, if only they could get us the OVA Sentai. Why?
That's not their fault.
No, I'm saying they need to save us. Sentai, please. Oh God, V Lord, I'm about to lose a ship, girl. I'm not very happy. V Lord, make
Yeah.
me win. Beat the game for me.
I've never even played that game, so
We are still live too. This is great.
V Lord, beat it. Well, nope, she died. God damn it. Alien would not be happy with me.
Alien's crying inside.
He is. And it was. Oh, it's the one I married.
When
to.
will this
Oh, God.
podcast ever end?
Well, I don't know. I didn't.
CJ, you let your wife die.
I did. I let one of them. I did. I have no control over who gets hit with the enemy torpedoes. Well, I mean, maybe I could, but I don't want to lose all train of thought. Because if I was actually doing this manually, I would literally be like, huh, what? Hey, yeah, what? Yeah, what he said, kind of thing. Like, I wouldn't be able to pay attention at all.
What is even happening anymore?
I don't know.
I'm just.
I've just gone with the flow at this point. Like I
I'm
don't
just.
care.
I'm playing a gotcha boss fight, and I'm losing, and I don't want to lose. It's sad. And like,
I don't know, cause like JMB, I don't know if he's
Are we
ever
doing an
gonna end this.
outro or what are we doing?
I
We've
thought
been
we already
trying
did.
to do the outro,
I'm pretty
boss.
sure I already did the outro. and you
Yeah,
weren't here
I thought
for
we
it.
did
You
with the
did that when
dog.
I was getting the
Oh my
package.
God.
Sorry. I didn't. I had
Yeah.
to get the mailman was not going to do it. I had to get the door. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. But I thought we did. I thought the dog was the outro.
We should get like Eric to cut this out.
I
Like,
had
give him
no
this
idea
we
we were
edit,
ending.
and then just put this on as like an
More
extra
editing
bullshit
hell for
thing.
Eric.
I seriously had no idea this whole time this was supposed to be ended. I'm sorry.
Oh no, sorry, no. I was just like, okay.
That's hilarious.
Thank you for everybody who came and watched. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to us put up for this like extra outro. That's
Yeah.
just us talking bullshit for 2 hours.
But gotcha, man.
And see you tonight for Toonami for the last normal schedule for some time. Unfortunately.
Oh,
Yep.
That's a feels bad, man. Yeah.